I have a gunshot. This was a bullet when I was still an investigative journalist.
We are here in Naivasha training female journalists on their safety, and this is part of a larger program under the UN Plan of Action on the Safety of Journalists, where we are targeting to train as many journalists as possible on how to protect themselves, considering that a lot of journalists are targeted in their line of duty. We have been doing this for quite a while. This year we're targeting journalists from Nyandarua County, and we have gathered about 50 journalists from the county and around, where we have specifically targeted female journalists, considering that female journalists have special challenges that they encounter during work. We are looking at helping them acquire skills, strategies to deal with the different challenges that they encounter when they are in the field. And of course, just challenge them and challenge the policymakers to collaborate so that we ensure the safety of journalists as part of promoting freedom of expression and access to information.
The Media Council of Kenya partners, works with KNATCOM and other agencies. The issue is obviously the issue of safety and protection of journalists, a global challenge we are seeing. And what has come out following the government, the anti-government protests that happened in Kenya in June, and looking at the numbers of journalists who have had attacked or intimidated or harassed, we are looking at a gender dimension that quite a number of female journalists became victims of the attacks. And we see, given the mobilization of protests in Kenya also changing, that like these protests were largely online managed, mobilized and managed, and a lot of journalists having left the newsrooms. A number of them have started their content production companies, YouTube, there are TikTokers who are journalists. We are also shaping and now giving them skills on resilience. We are not saying we'll stop attacks against journalists, but we believe, because some of these things also come by talking. Some of the challenges they are facing are not things that were there before. These are new challenges we are facing, like the body shaming, foreign information, manipulation of information, disinformation are quite challenging, but also trolling online of journalists. And that then means journalists especially must work on their digital hygiene so that people then don't use images, photos they have used on even social events or their family issues to come and use them to intimidate and harass them, including their families. So we are having that interaction of how do we deal with emerging challenges, especially digital safety that are facing journalists, so that we minimize their effect and impact. But more importantly, also to allow journalists to start arming themselves with tools like how to maintain digital safety, phone safety, internet safety, and related and also online and trauma issues that come through virtual spaces. We have had interaction with media owners, with Editors Guild and others, and saying they have a responsibility on as a manager, I have a responsibility on people who I work with. So you can't tell them just go. So they have a responsibility to have in-house, and we are helping media houses to develop in-house safety protocols. Big old media houses, the bigger ones can make for themselves, but we are targeting content producers, press clubs and others to help them develop safety protocols. But the bigger thing is that employers have a responsibility to ensure their journalists are protected and go to work when they come back, they have a responsibility to ensure they are debriefed, they are cancelled, depending on the issues that it's a responsibility. Even if you read the labor laws in Kenya, that for employees you have a responsibility. So this thing of dodging responsibilities and avoiding it is wrong and must be stopped in this century.